I'm Arvind Agrawal, independent consultant and leadership coach. I have embarked upon coaching journey since last 5 years, and earlier, almost for nearly 40 years, I was in corporate, Modi Xerox, Escorts, and RPG Group, largely in human resource function, but for good 8 years, I was away from human resource to business roles. So in Modi Xerox for 3 years, I was director for business strategy and marketing. And likewise in Escorts for 5 years, I was chief executive for construction equipment business that included JCB machines. And in terms of my academics, I'm a graduate from IIT Kharagpur. I did my MBA from IIM Ahmedabad and doctoral on strategic leadership from IIT Bombay. So that briefly is my background. My experience with Coacharya has been very positive. I did my PCC also with Coacharya. And at that time, Ram personally was the master coach. And it was delivered in person. And when Ram announced MCC, then that was a very natural choice to do MCC through Coacharya. And I must acknowledge that Ram, together with Cindy, did an excellent job of orchestrating the online platform right through the entire 6 months during which we had the program. I had qualified as a professional certified coach, and I was coaching business executives over the years. And it's something which I enjoyed doing. I found it immensely meaningful because I was able to pivot my large corporate experiences and also my understanding of people. And coaching is something which I could see that was making a difference. And so doing mastery on the profession that I was beginning to enjoy was a very logical choice. And of course, before I embarked upon it, I had a conversation with Cindy. I was keen to know what mastery entails, what kind of nuances are there, and how would I benefit considering I'm already PCC. And I must say that conversation with Cindy was very impactful. And it appeared like the right thing for me to move forward with. So that's how I signed up. So, I personally also carried this impression that MCC is only an advancement of PCC. And since I'm already PCC, by doing MCC, I would just improve my skill somewhat as a coach. But actually, I realized that MCC focuses on very different things. And it is quite independent of PCC. So let me just give you an example. In MCC, I learned that I need to be much more connected with the emotions which coachee is bringing out in the session. I also recognized that I need to work with the coachee to help the person get in touch with own belief and see what shifts in beliefs are required. So these aspects, even if they were there in PCC, at least I had not recognized them. I recognized them and I connected with them. when I was doing the MCC. So I would say my coaching style significantly changed. Is the most priceless part of the entire program, because there are concepts undoubtedly which you need to understand, framework you need to understand. That's the easy part. But then comes challenge of ensuring that you're actually coaching using these frameworks and you're mastering the process. So actually you do a live coaching in the session, and Cindy and Ram and of course others in the batch, they critique. So you learn from that. Likewise, offline, you do peer coaching, and that peer coaching recording, one is able to send to Ram and Cindy. They circle back with their comments. So this is how you improve. So right through 6 months, you are really put through a very intensive peer coaching and the mentoring. That's how you really develop and you hone in your coaching competence. Awesome. Mentoring with Cindy was real impactful in terms of my development, in terms of my coaching capability. There were several role plays where one would actually do live coaching. Sometimes I would do coaching independent of the session and send the recording to Cindy, and Cindy will circle back with comments. And those comments were very precise, very insightful, and it made the difference in my coaching style. Personal growth after doing the course, for sure. I can sense that I'm much calmer as a person when I'm coaching. Earlier, I used to have anxiety in terms of how my coaching session is going and whether I'm making a difference. Now these anxieties are completely at rest. Now I know that I need to be with coachee. I need to be with the process, and an outcome will happen. So that faith in the process, that developed a great deal. So today I'm much more self-confident about coaching. I'm also clear that whatever needs to happen will happen. I just need to stay with the coachee and stay with the process. So that gives very nice kind of feeling at the end of coaching session. You're not rattled by the situation. You're not rattled by the person who is in front of you. And I've often got feedback to this effect as well from the clients. So this has been a great journey. Definitely. So coaching style is much more, as I mentioned, is more complete. It also gets to the fundamental of change which the coachee need to go through, not just superficially at a behavior level, but at a belief level. Others who want to improve their coaching capability, I would say this is definitely a must program. The coaching journey is otherwise incomplete without mastery. message is very simple, that if you're thinking about doing MCC, just go for it. It's a priceless experience, and the benefit is difficult to describe upfront, but it will be the time well spent.